just me. I felt like if anybody could bring awareness to the NFL, he the best man for the job.
Is he? Here's my counterpoint to that. Because
Go ahead.
there was a man before that tried to bring awareness to the NFL. We just talked about him, Colin Kaepernick. He tried to, after the NFL tried to, shut him down, he tried to shed light on how the NFL really operates with the players, with his lawsuit.
Okay, with your counter right there, I'm gonna counter you again because Colin don't have the reach Jay have. Colin ain't got nowhere to reach. He ain't got the money. He ain't got the backing. He ain't got the financial backing Jay got, and Jay ain't got to go nowhere. He can do it himself.
So Colin need a Beyonce.
No, Jay got his own. you better check the number. You better check the number.
I'm sorry, Jay-Z.
Jay rough for Billy. Beyonce ain't got that yet.
Keep repping the show, Jay-Z.
These
just jokes.
These just jokes. But I think if anybody that could do it, either him, Oprah, maybe Tyler Perry. These people got reach. I mean, I'm talking about
Oprah might have the reach as
across
Jay-Z.
the world.
I don't know about Tyler, but Oprah and Jay-Z.
Tyler got some reach.
I know he
Tyler
do.
got some reach.
I know he do.
When I say reach, I'm talking about the
Oprah
money.
on a whole nother level.
Yeah, she on a whole nother world. I think Oprah got her own planet. I think they was telling me.
When people start talking about you being the future president, then you hit a whole nother level.
Yeah, but the fact that people even talk about the NFL and the deal with Jay, I think it's opening up more people's eyes to. And
here's one thing.
I don't know if he's gonna be able to make a change. I mean, I'm gonna say that too. I don't know if he's gonna be able to make a change, but I kind of understand what they was doing. I mean, he is
one man against 32 entrenched owners.
He
used
is
to doing
he
it
is
their own way.
But what I was saying is he's the granddad of hip hop right now. Like he's the man. Like everybody that's
sorry,
rapping,
Curtis Blow.
Yeah, Curtis, you
Slick Rick.
Yeah, I mean, Jay is a living legend right now, as far as in the hip hop world, and I think everybody in the hip hop world kind of look up to him. And if he can make it, we can make it.
We sorry, Puff Daddy, P Diddy.
Oh yeah, he passed P.
we apologize, but the truth is truth.
Yeah, so I understand the deal, but I'm not gonna necessarily say it's gonna work.
Hey Jay-Z, do what you do, but I'm gonna just let you know in your own words, it's a hard knock life for you. Do what you do, make it happen. But
just bring. I think, like I said, he's just a face. He's just a face of the movement. Rich Collins should have been the face of the movement, really,
right?
Because he started. He started it.
He did.
But they didn't like that. Why would you bring somebody else in who don't even play the sport and let them be the face of the movement when you had somebody and he wasn't doing anything wrong? They tried to make it about the flag. It wasn't never about the flag.
I think the NFL realizes and understands they have a perception issue. And so let's go ahead and bring in somebody who is a voice for the black community.
That's what I'm saying. Just a representative kind of. Yeah.
To try and fix this perception. But are they really trying to listen to what he got to say?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think he still may not be it. That may just be a ploy. That may have just been a tactic to look what we doing. We taking a step,
Right.
And sometimes them people will do that.
Like
make a half-hearted effort just to say they did it and really ain't no. It really they ain't never put no heart into it in the first place.
Like Shaquille being on the Papa John's board. Like
that's about a check. Come on, man.
We were racist before, but we good. We got Shaquille
got Shaquille now. Come on, man. Everybody,
like we gonna follow.
Right? Yeah. Who is Shaq? Who is Jay-Z? You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z ain't never did nothing for me. Shaq ain't never did nothing for me.
Right.
But some people listen to these people in the corporate world because of who they are and what they have done. And I get it. But
money love to listen to other money.
But that don't necessarily mean that the issue is going to be fixed.
Right.
You got to, until you get some black owners and you get somebody that can really tell how black people feel in these certain situations where we feel like we're powerless.
Right.
It's not going to change.
Right.
We got to have an inside man, so to speak.
That's the whole reason why the NFL even put in place the Rooney Rule.
Right. Because when no black, they ain't even want to hire black coaches.
Black coaches, black GM, black front office staff.
We play the game better than anybody, but yet they try to hold us down.
Right.
Like, they don't want us to evolve to
you're only
coaches and owners
the
and things.
workers.
Right.
You only do the work. Right. Now, if there's anything else about the mindset of football, that's it right there. You can only do the work. You can't lead. You can't.
You're not good enough to be a coach.
Right.
But you're good enough to I can make billions off you, though. Mm-hmm. You are good enough to let me do that. So
until I use you up physically.
Yeah, and then guess what? Next man up.
Next man up. Next person. Next.
So, and then I got to mention Antonio.
Okay.
I got to mention
I was wondering if you was going to bring up AB. Cause
AB.
Oh, I'm sorry, AB. I know you told.
Don't call him AB.
Eric don't use AB.
Antonio Brown. Hey, Antonio, listen, buddy.
Mr. Brown.
But I don't feel sorry for him because he's doing the same thing T.O. did, and he see what, like you said, you had an example of what not to do.
Right.
Good as T.O. was, one of the best receivers probably ever played the game, will never get acknowledged for it, will never make it to the Hall of Fame because of his attitude.
T.O. and Ocho Cinco. Ocho
wasn't as bad as T.O.
He wasn't as bad, but it was the same thing. I'm going to do my own thing.
I'm a diva,
I'm going to be myself. It's going to be all about me.
And see, this would make us look bad, too. Mm-hmm. When you have a couple people act like that. And you know they're stereotypers. All of them act like that. And
it ain't just football players.
Right.
It's teachers,
everywhere,
firefighters,
whatever we do,
If we do things like that, well, it's just all about us. I'm gonna be a diva.
But you know the flip side of that too, Doc. And I hate it because
you good. Say what you gotta say.
I'm gonna lose the thought, and I lost the thought.
Oh, but you know what? It's gonna come back to you. Hey, it happens. Hey, this is live, people. This is what we do. We remember. We don't. We keep it moving. So
this is my thought. Being a black man, and it's like anytime we get upset or anytime we disagree with something, I feel like it always goes back. Oh, that's the angry black man. Mm-hmm. That's the angry black woman. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just like a female being in a position of power or a supervisor or manager. Even as the president, if she having a bad, if she do something wrong, she was too soft.
Right.
But then if she's too hard, she'll the B word.
Right. Or it must be that monthly time.
Yeah. So they can't win.
And I feel like count who they are
and what they have done and what they have to put into whatever it is they're doing.
Right.
I feel like we have to tread very lightly when we disagree, when we're in certain positions and certain situations. I think we have to tread lightly because we will be looked at as, they just angry.
We'll go back to something that you said a couple of episodes ago where, there's a certain way that you do things.
Everything.
There's a certain way that you say
things and do things.
I'm gonna give a shout out real quick to a listener to the show. This is my mother-in-law, Ruth. And,
shout out, Miss Ruth.
Shout out, Ruth. And so one of the things she taught me when I was young was that you could tell somebody to go in a deep dark hole, and you can make it sound like the way they interpret it is, have a nice day. There's always a way that you can let someone know how you feeling
without being rude and loud and disruptive and cursing and stuff. And me and Celeste had that conversation all the time.
And I feel like that's why one of the reasons why Ezekiel got the money that he got, because as Jerry was saying this and that, he was on ESPN. He was, Ezekiel is this and that. You didn't hear much from Zeke.
No, Zeke. I think Zeke said he was going somewhere on vacation though.
Yep,
he went somewhere, and I ain't hearing that really from him after that.
Right, he let he
was kind of low key with it.
The business happened, and he got his money.
Yeah, but he must got some real smart people in his ear too, because the very way they gave him the contract, if he had talked about it and kept saying me, and I do this and that, he probably could have sabotaged his contract.
Right,
and just been out and wouldn't have been a Cowboy. So. Kudos to Zeke for having that situation. I guess it was a great way he handled it. He got what he wanted. Cowboys got what they wanted. Everybody happy.
Everybody
won.
happy, and they winning.
But it's a way. It's a way to do. It's a way to do things and say things. And I tell my wife, I said, look, sometimes you got to tell people, and her way of telling people is different from me. And I ain't all the time going rah 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 rah. But sometimes I'm gonna let you know up front, just you ain't gonna say that to me. You're not gonna do that to me.
Right.
You can't get away with that with me.
Right.
And you know,
like calling you a bandwagon fan. Ain't gonna get away with that. Ain't gonna get away with that.
Because I've had that conversation so many times, like, oh, no, this was 97, 98. It wasn't even no Tom Brady.
Well, I'm gonna let y'all know. You know I'm a real fan.
Know,
Shout out to the Cleveland Browns. I'm still repping y'all. We gonna get it together one of these days.
We didn't grow up in a football town, so everybody from around these parts, you either Pittsburgh, Cowboy. You might have a few Bears in there, a few Giants, the old school teams. But other than that, I didn't grow up with my dad looking at football.
Mm-hmm.
So
right.
I remember Art Monk, and when Washington was good, they had the Posse and Mark Rippon. I remember all of them, Emmitt Smith, and I used to watch all of them. But I took a liking to the Patriots. I don't know why. I like Drew Bledsoe. I like the Ty Law. I like the Israel when they had him as a receiver. And I took a liking to him, and here we are.
Here we are.
Years later, 6 rings later.
Hey.
And people mad, and they say we cheating, and
But you know what? God is not a respecter of person. What he done for one, he'll do for another. So Cleveland Browns, we got our 6 rings coming.
It's your turn.
We need, let's get one.
I want one more though, because I want to have a step up on the Steelers. So we need one more. If y'all give me that, then I will bow out gracefully.
You know what? I'll pray for that for you, because I want you to have more than Pittsburgh, because I can't stand Pittsburgh. But you know what, Croc? I've been having such a good time, but you know what? We running out of time.
We got to get some more time.
We might have to do mindset of football too one of these days. But
okay.
But I feel like we just scratched the surface. But I ain't ready for that next week. I feel like we should. We need to tackle something else next week. We'll circle back around during the playoffs or something.
We'll come back around.
But before we go, we want to just thank everybody for supporting us and continuing to listen. And I already did my shout out, but I'll just say it again. For our shout outs, I don't know if you got anybody you want to shout out this week, but I want to go ahead and just shout out my mother-in-law Ruth once again for continuing to listen to the show, and she's been out there sharing the show on her network and her Facebook page, letting her friends know what we doing here. And so shout out to you, big ups to you. I also want to go ahead and shout out a new listener to the show, Brittany.
Shout out, Brittany, new listener.
Brittany has went ahead and shared the show on her network and letting her friends know.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
What we trying to do, and so we truly do appreciate it. And any shout outs for you, Croc?
Yeah, I want to shout out to anybody who take the time out to listen. Just any and everybody. I want to shout out my wife for always having my back and supporting me and having a vision, even beyond my vision. And shout out to Doc just for letting me be a part of something.
I received that.
And you guys don't even know how big this thing is about to be, and the vision he has, and I'm trying to share his vision. So just shout out to Doc for bringing me along on the ride. I'm having fun, looking forward to it, and shout out to everybody. Just shout out to every listener we have. Thank you. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Tell a friend to tell a friend. Hey. Shout out to the wives, Celeste and Trey, for continuing to support us.
Shout out, wives.
And just love on us and encourage us, especially when it gets overwhelming and difficult. We appreciate all that y'all do. So, hey, Croc, we out.
We out.